My OGs, let's talk. As the title probably suggests, I'm kind of falling in line with most other people. The way I've been watching it, the injury, although I think there is some bit of an injury, might be like a sprain or something that's like a 3 to 4 week type of a deal. But I think we're getting worked. I mean, no diagnosis. MRI supposedly the Monday after Saturday night's main event. He was at Evolution, supposedly backstage, wearing a knee brace and on crutches. Didn't see it. He was on the Rich Eisen show as the guest host. He talked about the injury, but he was very vague about it, and he was in a very good mood. He didn't sound like somebody who was going to be out for months and months and months and months, did he? If you haven't seen it, go watch the Rich Eisen show. I think it was Wednesday. He guest hosted. Talked football, talked wrestling, whatever it is. Great ass mood. Didn't sound like somebody who was bummed out about being home for months. 4 months, 6 months, 9 months, whatever the hell it is. You know, you got him talking about Plan B. Heyman talking about Plan B. Heyman saying, well, he's hurt. But nothing from WWE. No diagnosis. No injury. No timetable. Not even the kayfabe out indefinitely horseshit that they do when people just take time off. Like what they're doing with Sammy. Nothing. Literally nothing. He's co-hosting a show. He's having a good-ass time. The group's not splitting up, so he's not. There's no long-term change for that. There's no, like, Braun taking over, although Braun was awesome on Monday Night Raw, going 40-plus minutes in that gauntlet match to sort of solidify himself as, like, a top dog. But it's clear as day to me. Or just about as clear as day to me. We're being worked. And Seth Rollins doesn't have a match at SummerSlam on purpose because he's going to show up to the surprise of some, but not everyone at this point, because they're just not doing a very good job of hiding it or hiding the fact that he's not that hurt. Let's just be honest. WWE's fumbling the bag. Although, you know, as far as PR goes, as far as, you know, Seth being talked about, Heyman being talked about even more than he usually is, the group being talked about, what's going to happen with them. Generally, that part is good. And once he does what he does, you know, there will be talk. The wrestling community will be up in arms. Not necessarily in a bad way, but the community will be up in arms. Everybody will be talking about it. Everybody's going to talk about what he did. Everybody's going to tune in to see what happens after the fact. It's plain and simple. We're being worked. He's not that hurt. He's cashing in at SummerSlam. Now, the obvious choice, and the most logical, quite frankly, choice for how they're doing things on TV is he cashes in on the Punk and Gunther World Heavyweight title match. Now, whether or not I assume he would succeed, but even if he didn't, he'd be screwing Punk out of the title, because he did say, as long as he was breathing, Punk was not winning a world title. So that seems the most logical storyline, pseudo real life reason, because Rollins doesn't like Punk, even though Punk has been completely cool since he came back and they've done business. But personally, they just don't. Well, I know Rollins doesn't like him. I don't necessarily think Punk has like a real personal beef with Rollins, but what if, to really blow things up and really make things, you know, turn things on their head, have a real holy shit moment in what looks like an otherwise solid card, but nothing like fireworks. Maybe. Although, because Cody and Cena is a street fight, which means all the interference they want, to happen in that match can happen. And might happen because now people are talking about the fucking Rock again. I hope not. Honestly, I hope not, because he killed the entire storyline with Cody's soul and Cena turning and all that. He ruined the whole fucking thing because he hasn't been around since. He hasn't brought it up, so it would make no sense for him to show up at SummerSlam to get involved. But then again, who the fuck knows? However, what if, to give everybody their holy shit moment, Cody doesn't win the undisputed title at SummerSlam, even though I'm kind of seeing rumblings and I'm kind of seeing a bit of a behavior change from Cody that could suggest he could turn heel, and a double turn at SummerSlam would be a holy shit moment. I'm not sure it's time for it yet, but it's possible. But anyway, the holy shit moment would be Seth cashes in on the undisputed title. John Cena doesn't ruin wrestling, and Cody doesn't finish his story part 2, or whatever you're calling it now, like get his lick back, pause, on Cena after what Cena did to him at WrestleMania, making him look terrible. What if he does that and he's the undisputed champ? What do you do with the group? Are they on both shows now? Are they trying? Do they add another member or two? Are they on both shows? Do they try to take over literally the whole company now, not just Monday Night Raw? That's also a possibility. Most likely, of course, though, is he just screws Punk out of the title, which he has said he was going to do until he wasn't drawing breath anymore. Punk was not going to win a world title. He cashes in. He's the world heavyweight champion. He screws Punk, but then, of course, on top of that, he pisses off Gunther. So then, all of a sudden, you get a pseudo babyface, more like a tweener Gunther against Rollins' group. Like, who gets cheered then? Does Gunther get cheered against them, or do they get cheered against Gunther? Don't know. But an intriguing possibility. Still, the point is, I've seen enough, I've heard enough, and by what I mean by that is I've heard enough of what has been said and not enough of what should be said to be convinced now this whole thing is a work, or maybe, at the beginning it wasn't intended to be a work, but it's a work now because he's not as injured as he thought. He's going to be the champion, one of the two for sure, at SummerSlam. We'll be there. We'll be live for that, by the way, both nights. And he's walking out as the champ, and everybody's going to be talking shit. They tried to get us. They almost got us, but they didn't. However, my point stands. I'm with a lot of other people in this who are questioning it, but I'm just going to flat out say it. It's a work. He's not that injured. He'll be at SummerSlam. He's winning one of the two titles, and that's that. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm right, come back, and you need to come back and tell me I'm right, because I'm going to tell myself that I'm right, and I'm going to tell you that I'm right in not quite 2 weeks when I'm streaming SummerSlam and he does it. So, anyway, appreciate y'all listening to my rant. Like and subscribe. Follow the socials. And I will see you, my OGs and my ladies. I'll see you all. I don't know when. Friday, SmackDown maybe? Next Monday? We'll see. Anyway, talk to y'all soon.